Hello everybody. I'm going to read the question first and then we're going to talk about what type of question this is. So in this question, 100 people went to the annual winter fair. At the fair, everyone participated in at least one activity. 59 people built snowmen. 7 people built snowmen and got into a snowball fight. And how many people had only a snowball fight at the winter fair? Now, when you have different things happening and you have an overlapping of several different activities, right away that gives you the clue that this is a Venn diagram type of question, because you have to find out, well, what's the overlap? And if we didn't have the overlap, how many people or things would be in the non-overlapped places? John Venn was a mathematician, and Venn diagrams comes from John Venn because he thought of this idea of a way to organize the information using a picture. And so we're going to do that today. But before we do that, let's look at the question again and find out what do they mean by a couple of things here. Because in some parts of the world, you may not know really what a snowman is and what do you mean by a snowball fight. So let's talk about that first. A snowman. Well, when you have a snowman, let's just build a little snowman for you. You basically take snow and you roll it along the ground over more snow. And as you're rolling, so you take a little ball, to begin with, and you put it on the ground, on the snowy ground, and you roll it. And as you roll it, this little snowball that started like this grows and grows and grows and grows and grows because the snow sticks to it until you have this great big ball. And when you have that big ball, you leave it there on the ground. And then you take another smaller little snowball and you roll it up and you make another ball. And you usually make it a little smaller, or you can make it the same size. And then you take another one. And this is called a snowman. And we usually take sticks for the hands. And you have some stones or coal or something for the eyes. And then oftentimes, for the nose, we will use a carrot, okay? And you can also put a mouth in and figure out how to do that. Some people like to put hats on so that you can have, a funny hat of some type and maybe a little flower coming out, okay? So that's called a snowman. And building them takes a long time, especially when you're lifting up these, because they're really heavy when you lift up these balls and put them one on top of another. Now, a snowball fight, basically you take some snow, you make it into a little ball, and you try to hit each other with the snowball. And you don't try to hurt each other, it's just trying to catch it, and while people are running, and then you try to catch them by hitting them with the snowball. Okay, so of course when you're doing a snowball fight, you don't want to use icy snow because that can hurt a person, and you also don't want to aim at their face because that can also hurt a person. So you usually aim low. All right, so that's what that is. Those are 2 activities. So now let's look at the question. The question itself states, let's just get my markers ready for you. The question states that 100 people went to the annual winter fair. Okay, so there's 100. And I said it was a Venn diagram, so we're going to have a little box here. And we're going to say is 100 people, and in this, they were at the annual winter fair. So this box is all the people who went to the annual winter fair. Okay, and this box is also known as the universe. And you're thinking, well, the universe has moons and stars. Well, that's what we will look at is the universe. But there's universes as smaller. And so we're going to define or say the universe for this one is the winter fair. Okay, and that's anything within the winter fair. That's called the universe, so you draw a box. Now, there were 2 activities, so you draw 2 circles, and because some people did both, you need to overlap to show that some people did this activity, some people did that, and some did both here. So it said 59 built snowmen, so you have 59 building snowmen, and you could write it out, or I'm going to actually show a little picture. 59 was snowmen. And then it said, and some had fighting, or they were snowball fight. So I'll write that one out. Snowball fight. Okay. And now the only other piece of information you were given is that 7 people built snowmen and got into a snowball fight. Well, the way that the place that shows that they did both is right in the middle here. Okay? So this middle part is both. Here is they only did a snowball fight, and in this area is only built a snowman. So if you're going to now solve this, well, you have to say, well, if there's 59 people for this whole entire thing, we can start placing people in here. It's going to take a while, though, and we know that there's 7 already in here. If you had 59 to begin with and 70 were in this section, how many would be left in here? Well, you can figure that out by 59 minus 7, which is equal to 52. So there's 52 only for making the snowmen. The question asks, how many were only involved in a snowball fight? So you have to figure this out. Well, if you know there's 100 people in total, you had a total of 52 and 7, which gives you 59 here. And we used up that 59. That should tell you how many were only in the snowball. So 100 minus 59 equals 41. So this would be 41 people played only in the snowball fight. 41 plus 7 plus 52, well, 52 and 7 is 59. 41 plus 59 is equal to 100. So your answer is 41. So if you were doing this and it wasn't on a contest, you would actually write out the full solution. So I'm going to do that in this case. And the way that you write a full solution is with a proper sentence. And the proper sentence in this case, the question is, how many people had only a snowball fight at the winter fair? You could say that at the winter fair, 41 people had only a snowball fight. Okay, and that's it. Have fun with these types of questions and just make sure you recognize when it is a Venn diagram. Thank you.